That concludes our action agenda. Next is the proposed textbook adoption, shown in Exhibit G.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Board members, Dr. Hefner. On behalf of the Instructional Department, we bring 19 recommended textbook titles for us to pursue for the coming year. I'd like to thank our parents, our teachers, our community members who've been involved with this, along with our coordinators and our directors. Tonight, I'm privileged to have with me some expertise to answer any questions that you may have. Mr. Lindler from Dutch Fork High School is here tonight. Our Social Studies Coordinator, Ms. Melanie Sanford, is here tonight. And our Director, Dr. Couch, and our Assistant Director, Dr. Gates, are both here to answer any questions you may have for the center textbook recommendations.
Do we have any questions about textbooks? I'm assuming these are hardback books as opposed to e-books.
Yes, ma'am. Most of them are. We do look for the technology resources when available, but all of our vendors have not moved solely towards e-books at this point.
Okay.
We do try to maximize our iPad usage, though, when available.
So, kind of off topic, but since we are talking about textbook adoption, where do we stand with utilizing some of the newest technology for textbooks?
Well, it all depends on state funding. So when it's available, we look towards the approval at the State Department level and those things that we have approval for, such as this year, there was some surplus funding at the state level, and we were able to look at our internal needs to see what sort of adoptions we may be able to use to supplement the adoptions we may have made previously. So it's just different depending on which content area, and it's also different depending on the textbook vendor that we choose to go with. So there's really no standard way that I could explain that. But we could look towards our experts for tonight if you would like to, for them to give you more of a breakdown statistically of what we could look towards.
And have we gotten to the point where the state textbook money could be used to purchase apps as instructional tools?
Not necessarily apps, but yes, we can use it for purchasing electronic opportunities for textbooks, but they're not necessarily apps, because app would be more towards one product over another, but there are e-books that we could use for purchasing, which we started investigating this year.
Okay. Ms. White.
Just to follow on that question, I mean, are we currently using electronic textbooks, or are we just still evaluating that?
Well, we're not currently using them as a sole textbook. We still have the hard textbooks that we use. Sometimes we purchase classroom sets, such as this year we brought before you Chinese adoptions. So we purchased a set for the Chinese Mandarin that Irmo High School is currently using, but we also look towards what kind of resources a teacher may have access to that students could have access to. But we don't want to move solely towards an e-book because many of our students don't have that accessibility from home. We want to look towards things that we can use to download on our iPad minis. But remember, some of our students choose not to take the iPad minis, so we don't want to make sure that we go towards anything solely electronic, that we offer the hard copy as well.
Are there any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate that, Dr. Melton. And thanks also to the faculty members who played a role in helping find and approve these, recommend these textbooks. I know that took a lot of time, a lot of hours, so we certainly do appreciate the time you spent. The next and last thing, I believe is Mr. Richardson or Dr. Hefner, perhaps, with the parameters for the 2014-15 general fund budget.
I'll just make a